and welcome to CPSC 2770. I am Julia Bell. Today we're talking about Chapter 11, Group Functions. The picture in front of you is a picture of Graveyard Fields over in North Carolina. If you're looking for an excellent hike, I thoroughly recommend this one. Going to move forward here. The objectives. Here are some for the Chapter 11. This PowerPoint will also be available out in eLearn under Content in Chapter 11. Again, some more of the objectives of the chapter. One thing I want to make sure that you do, before you attempt the tutorial chapter, Chapter 11, make sure and run the script that I'm going to provide for you. You may locate it at your C drive in Oracle Data, or wherever you wish to save it is fine. It will be available to you in eLearn, Content, and Chapter 11, and will be named JLDB Build 11.SQL. It'll probably have something in front of it that says Run Me First. You might want to run this from the command line logged in as the user that you're going to be working as. Here's a copy of that file, the contents of it. It drops the employees table, it rebuilds the employees table and populates it with employees, and then does a commit at the end. If you've skipped a couple of the previous chapters, you'll need to go back to about Chapter 7 or so and rerun those, and then do Chapter 8 and a couple of other ones and come forward, because they're just partials beginning after Chapter 8. But if you've been keeping up, you should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and close that, but I wanted you to see what the file looks like. Group functions returns one result per group of rows processed. Are also called multi-row or aggregate functions. All group functions ignore null values. In other words, no value, except the count. The count and the asterisk would count every field. Use distinct to suppress duplicates. I'm going to start off with the first one. The first one is sum, and I want you to know the makeup of the sum function. You can use distinct, you can use all. Returns the sum or the total value of a selected numeric field. It ignores the null values. You can use distinct to return only unique numeric values. Here's an example. Select the sum, left paren, the field called retail, a minus sign, and the word called cost, which is also a field. And using the sum function, we're working from the books table. Here's an example. Calculates the total amount stored in a numeric column for a group of rows. Select sum, a left paren, and a second left, paid each dash cost. Close that paren because you're paid each minus the cost. You're going to multiply this answer by the quantity. Another paren to divide that off. You're going to call that, double quotes, total profit. So whatever you return, you give us an answer here, is going to be labeled as total profit. From order items, you're going to join that to the books table using the field called ISBN. So that's a field we have in common, where the order number is equal to 1007. When we run that, we get one item with a total profit of 119.48. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go out to the command line and run these as I'm talking about them. Remember, I logged in here. Use Scott. This is the same person I've been using for weeks and weeks now. Don't forget to spool your output. This is what you would do. Spool C:\\. I put mine under users and my name, and then I just call it Oracle Chapter 11 spool and my first and last name with text at the end. Press enter. My spool file is created, so everything I do from this point forward will be collected. Gonna get the first one. This one is actually on page 386 in your book. This is figure 11.2. Select the sum, paid each minus cost, times the quantity, total profit, Again, this is the one I just showed you in the PowerPoint. I press run, and again, total profit of $119.48. Going to go back to the PowerPoint. Again, the same results. Using the sum function to calculate the order's profit. I'm going to talk about average. Average, paren, distinct, if you wished it to be distinct. The divider, the separator, all, returns the average value of the selected numeric field. It ignores null values, and here's an example. Select AVG for average, the average of the cost, so this is the field we're working with, from the books table. Here's an example. The average function calculates the average of numeric values in a specified column. Select the average, left paren, retail minus the cost. Again, these are fields. The retail field, subtract the cost field. We're going to call those results average profit, in the double quotes here, from the books table. Here's our clause where the category is equal to computer. So only do this for the books in the category of computer. Average that profit for me. It returns one result of 18.2625. I forgot to run a sum, so please forgive me. This one is from 387, figure 11.3. It's an additional sum. Select the sum of the quantity times the paid each. That field's going to be called total sales. From the orders, that's the table, join the order items using the field called order number, where the order date is equal to the second day of April of the year of 09. So the sum of the quantity times the paid each is $375. Now I'm going to run that average one for you. My apologies. This one is from page 388, figure 11.4. Select the average. Retail minus cost, average profit, where the books equals category, computer. There's the average. I'm going to show you another one of those that's an average. Okay, select to character, the average of retail minus cost. This is the output format we want. We're going to call that average profit. It's actually from the table called books, where the category is equal to computer, using the average function to calculate an average profit and deliver it in a certain format. Go here and run that. Here's that same one. And the average of 18.26. Again, notice the same amount of decimals. It rounded it off, whereas here it did not. We said, hey, only give me 2 decimal places, and it did. This is much more acceptable when you're talking about money because we're used to being 2 decimal places. There's also another one from page 389, 11-5. I want to run that one for you. Select a character, average, retail minus the cost, the same format here, 3 positions and 2 decimal places, average profit from books with the category equals computer. This time the difference is, that's right, the $sign. We added it right here. For many formal reports, this would be considered the way that many people want that output to look. I want to show you something else. I'll rerun that same command. Notice this, dash dash, chapter 11 figure in the page. In my notes, this is the way that I mark everything that I plan on presenting to you. I may not always post these and actually paste the whole thing for you, but this is the way I mark all mine. If you could please, in your future submissions, at least put the item number, dash dash space 1, for if this is item number 1, or 1B, dash dash 1B. That would make grading this assignment so much more pleasant. Thank you so much and look forward to part 2.